So, no, I wouldn't say I have a passion for HR.
Welcome back to Human Resources for the People. It's a human capital revolution. Today we're going to pick up a story from the Los Angeles Times, and it's about a taqueria in Sacramento. And it's Taqueria Garibaldi. It's a Mexican restaurant in Sacramento. You can see it here. And the taqueria's owners brought in a priest to have the employees confess their sins at work. So this priest is doing an HR investigation, it seems like. I think it's hilarious. When I asked ChatGPT to tell me a joke about a priest in HR, it gave me, why did the priest apply for a job in human resources? Because he heard they were experts in holy hiring. I don't understand it. Maybe ChatGPT is not that smart. Maybe it won't replace me. So Taqueria Garibaldi was under the investigation from the Wage and Hour Division for withholding tips, failing to provide time and a half, and the owners of the restaurant were accused by Wage and Hour Division of interfering with the investigation and threatening employees with adverse immigration consequences if they participated in the investigation. And that is a whole mess and a half. You don't do that, not with the federal government. Terrible idea. The restaurant operators, Eduardo Hernandez, Hector Manuel Martinez Galindo, and Alejandro Rodriguez, were ordered in May of this year, 2023, to pay back $140,000 in back pay and damages to restaurant employees as part of settlement. So that's a hefty hit on the part of the restaurant, but the employees took them to task handily. But so this is where it came in. Under oath, there was an employee of the Taqueria Garibaldi brought in a priest to have them hear their workplace sins, while other employees reported that the manager falsely claimed that immigration issues would come up from the department's investigation. And these were an attempt to silence the workers and obstruct the investigation. And so when they got in front of the priest, the priest informed this worker that the priest would be asking questions to get the sins out of them in the sworn affidavit. The priest then asked if the employee got pulled over for speeding, if they drank alcohol, or if they stole anything, but then they took it to work-related questions, asking if they stole anything at work, late to employment, or did anything to harm the employer. And I think that is really interesting. And so it's obviously a very toxic environment. You can't do these things. Now, let me be clear. You could, in theory, bring a priest to work. You could, if people wanted to participate, I suppose, have the priest, get confessions out of employees. That's not entirely. I mean, it skirts a line, but I think you would be safe and sound in doing so. Of course, this is not legal advice because I don't I don't encourage you to do any of these things. But really, the crux of this problem is not the religion, right? I think many people would see this as a religious issue and object to it therefrom. But what the Wage and Hour Division ultimately is really upset about is that it's interfering with their right to report, and it's interfering with their right to report wage issues legally. And so it could be a form of retaliation, and that's what the affidavit that was signed. I mean, it's really not. Again, it's not about the religion itself. It's about what the religion or what the priest was doing during that time. This one, cracks me up to no end. It's a terrible idea. Just in general, don't mess with employees who file Department of Labor claims. Don't mess with employees who file these claims because you are going to get burnt every time. It's a never-ending sort of cycle. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I think this is one of the funnier HR stories I've heard in a while. I hope you enjoyed it as well, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.